Hello, I'm Anna Malia from Northeast Animal Rights. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can have a cruelty-free Christmas. I'm going to divide this into a couple of sections, top 10 tips, and I'm going to talk about the Christmas meal itself. But there are lots of indirect and direct ways you can help animals over Christmas. By making the kind of choice, not only are you helping the environment, but you're helping the animals and the humans who live in the environment and on our planet. So first of all, top tip number one, let's look at Christmas cards. Why do we send so many of them? And we send, in my case, I know that I've sent Christmas cards to people, who haven't actually seen in decades. So why do we do that? Is it because they're overseas and hard to reach? Or is it just out of habit? And you're never going to see some of these people again. So trim your list, save time and postage, and also saving trees because the trees are not being cut down to make the cards. When you've got your trim down list as well, look at some of the kind of options available out there. There's a company called the Seed Card Company, and also locally Arthur and Luna sell cards imprinted with seeds. So they're almost like a little mini gift in themselves. If you do want to stick to traditional cards, look at cards made from recycled or recyclable card and buy them from animal charities like Animal Aid. You can send e-cards, of course, which are just electronic versions sort of via email. But when you do buy cards, make sure you buy cards with glitter and beads and little attachments, because the majority of glitter and etc. is not recyclable and it ends up in landfill and waterways. Tip number two, crackers. Google reusable crackers if you must have them. I'm saying you use Google, but there is also a website, a search engine called Ecosia, ecosia.org, and they will plant trees with the profits from their ad revenue. So use these search engines to look for reusable crackers. There are loads of suppliers on Etsy, which are obviously small independents who we need to support, but also not on the high street. Keep this cracker. They all do really, really good reusable ones. The majority of plastic pieces from crackers, traditional crackers, end up in the bin by the end of Christmas Day. What is the point? It's just a complete and utter waste. Think of the glitter, the ribbon, the gunpowder to make the bang, all going into landfill. Tip number three, boycott animal events. The previous video outreach I did, we talked about boycotting reindeer events in particular. We have had some progress. Some of those firms and companies are still on the naughty list, but some of them have actually, have listened to our feedback. So a big thumbs up to Dalton Park, who have said that they will consider an alternative next year. To Northeast Family Fun, the website. They took on board the feedback, and from people like me and from people like you, contacted them, and they have dropped all the reindeer promotions, which is absolutely fabulous. But also another local company who was going to actually have live animals there saw the feedback on with Northeast Family Fun website, and they have decided to drop it as well, which is absolutely brilliant. And they have now bought fun mechanical ones which sing and they can use year after year after year, and there's no animal exploitation involved. Unfortunately, we still have Royal Keys, Bamburgh Castle. They have now removed their reindeer because, as I said, that the weather obviously wasn't the best for them, and they care about the animals. Of course, they care about the animals. They really, really do. Kielder Winter Wonderland. They have reindeer events planned, but they have also captive birds of prey, so they're on our naughty list for two reasons. Tan Hill Pub decided that after their massive snowing event, where they got snowed in and all of the news and everything, that once that snow went, the first thing one of the things they wanted to do was get reindeer in, so they've just gone ahead with their event. Plants Plus Garden Centre, Richardson Garden Centre, Stockton Council, Middlesbrough Council all remain on the naughty list. I will be posting footage from our local event to show these organisers how much better an animal-free event can be and how this should be done. Tip number four, look at how you wrap presents. Buy sturdy gift bags which you can use year after year with the names on, rather than buying cheap tatty bags which last 5 minutes and end up in the bin, or using wrapping paper, which literally just lasts the time it takes you to drop the present up and then tear it back off again. 50,000 trees are cut down every single year just for Christmas wrapping paper alone. Never mind all the birthdays and everything which go on throughout the year. 50,000 trees just for Christmas. Okay, look at the creative ways how you can wrap presents. Use scarf and material, things which are which you can reuse. Scarves can even be part of the present which you can give as well, and you can hand them back. Tip number five, let's look at presents. We all know that we spend an absolute fortune, particularly on our kids and our nieces and our families and our nephews and grandchildren. But buy less, spend less, be a bit more thoughtful about what you buy. It's about quality over quantity. Cheap plastic presents, apart from the fact that they're bad for the environment, they don't last long, and they don't exactly tell people that you put a lot of effort into them as well. When you're buying toiletries and cosmetics, look for the Leaping Bunny logo on the back of the cosmetics and make sure they're suitable for vegans as well. So there's no animal products like honey or beeswax inside them as well. And make sure they also have suitable for vegans when you're buying, like food products, chocolates and that sort of thing. If you have a talent, use that to make presents. I don't have any talents in terms of creativity, so it's absolutely pointless. People wouldn't really want presents which I've handmade, but two of my friends are very creative and I love getting their presents. My lovely friend Elaine makes me beautiful bags and aprons and things like that, and she's incredibly talented, and it really is a joy to get her presents. And my lovely friend Steph has just given me a handmade advent box with little individual numbered bags, which I'll give back to her to reuse for next year, and the box and everything. And they'll have things like like a bar of vegan chocolate in them, some handmade nut butter, and it's all really, really appreciated because she's put a lot of thought and effort into it. Buy subscriptions to things like, find out what your family or your friends or whoever you're buying for, what their interests are. Buy a subscription to a magazine like Vegan Life, or, it could be a woman's magazine or a man's magazine or something like that. So they're going to have a gift all year round. Vegan Kind do subscription boxes, beauty boxes, and also lifestyle boxes. So they are, they're a great company. That's a great surprise to get. They also do one-off things as well. Sponsor an animal somewhere in a sanctuary like Hillside or Red Wings, Pigs in the Wood. Buy a calendar from somewhere like Animals Asia, which is what I've asked my mum to buy me, or Retreat Sanctuary or Tribe. You help in the sanctuary by giving them some of your funds, and you're also buying a lovely gift as well. Please don't ever gift animals through schemes like Oxfam, okay, where you say buy a goat for a family, buy a cow for a family. It kind of defeats the purpose of a kind of Christmas. It really isn't kind for the animal. You're asking the family to grow crops for the animals, and then animals will eventually get killed, having a lifelong, life of exploitation throughout. But actually, what we should be doing is showing people how easy it is to grow plants. Grow plants, feed humans, rather than growing plants, feeding animals to feed the humans. It's just cut out the middleman, cut out the animal. Okay. There's also a good organisation which I use as well, which is called Lend with Care, and they're kind of like a cooperative where you will I'll pay £15. It's a one-off payment. And then I'll go onto their website and I'll look at different entrepreneurs and different little cooperatives around the world who need our help. And you can do things like you can pick a country who you want to help. You can pick a single person or a group of people. You can look at things like, for example, I sponsor plant-based farmers, and things like that. So it's a really, really good way of kind of like giving a gift. So, give that gift to somebody else as well. Tip number 6, decorations. Let's look at natural products, pine cones you find on your walks when you're out, leaves and twigs. There's absolutely loads around at the moment because of the storms, to make wreaths. Make paper and card decorations, ditch the plastic, ditch the glitter. They're really, really bad for the environment. Fair enough if you've already got them, just don't go out and buy new ones. Tip number 7, Christmas trees. If you have a plastic tree, look after them, make them last as long as possible. Please don't buy a new one. Please don't buy new plastic ones. Look at, consider a potted one, the ones you can buy, which are quite small, which you can take outdoors when the season's over and put in your garden. And then obviously you can replace, you can get a bigger plant pot as it grows until the time it reaches, kind of a size where you can't bring it indoors, and then you leave it outside. And then you've had the joy of watching a tree grow over the years. And also you can decorate it outside with berries and hollies and all sorts of natural things as well. Tip number 8, when you're having your Christmas meals and your Christmas parties and your Christmas do's, eat out at local vegan traders. Up here we've got Parallel 7 and Pizza Guys for good deliveries and takeaways, but we also have Supernatural, Little Green, Good Apple Cafe in Sunderland. They all want your custom, and they do fabulous Christmas meals, fabulously kind meals as well. And also I want to give a shout out to our local place called Sea Change, who've made massive inroads with their menu and have a fantastic vegan menu now. Our vegan restaurants go up against massive chains, so they need our support. So please support them over Christmas. Tip number 9, buy less food, waste less, and save money. Buy seasonal produce where you can, so it has a lower carbon footprint. In season right now, we have sprouts, everybody's Christmas favourite, everybody loves those. Cauliflower, kale, leek, parsnips, pears, potatoes, savoy and spring cabbage, all delicious vegetables, all very, very healthy, very nutritious, and exactly what we want for our Christmas meals. And work out properly what you need for the people who you're cooking for. You're not going to buy extra in just in case. just in case tends to end up just staying in the fridge and then going off and ending up in the bin. Complete waste of resources, you know, of growing the plants in the first place, buying them, you're wasting time and money. If you have cooked food left over, fry it up, put it in stir fries, put it in stews and freeze them. Okay, so you're not wasting, you're wasting as little as possible with your food you're buying. Number 10. Now I've saved this one deliberately to last because this one is a big one. This is pretty much, you know, our raison d'etre for being for this group. Okay, go vegan. Okay, the least you can do over Christmas is to eat plant-based. Everywhere has a vegan centerpiece in place of the turkey. Okay, Aldi has Christmas wreaths in for $3.99. Asda have the mushroom and cheese, cheese Wellingtons. Marks and Spencer's everywhere, Tesco's, they all have the options now. So don't feel as if you have to, you know, you have to compromise. There's 9 million turkeys in the UK which are killed just for Christmas. Okay, just for, you know, for, in theory it's a one-day event, although it obviously takes place over a couple of weeks. But for the actual day, you know, 9 million turkeys, it's just ridiculous. It's just beyond comprehension. In the US, it's 300 million, 300 beautiful animals which are reared, you know, these are just babies. In the wild, they'll live till between 9 and 10-year-old, and they're killed at a few weeks old, having been genetically modified, and they have deformed bodies because they need more flesh on them. The suffering is absolutely immense, and it's completely unnecessary. There's plenty of help out there now. We have Veganuary, Challenge 22, you know, Viva 7-Day Challenge, Animal Aid, and us as well. We are more than happy to help people to go vegan. You know, it really, really is simple. So make this, you know, they make this the year where you go vegan. Make this Christmas dinner the first vegan Christmas dinner, and then January is the start of your vegan journey. You know, there is no excuse now other than you want to close your eyes and your ears and your hearts to the suffering which is going on, because everybody knows the suffering is going on now. So that's my top 10 tips. One of the things I kind of want to talk about now is the vegan dinner. Okay, so if you are not a vegan, right, and you are having a vegan over for Christmas dinner, and you're thinking, oh my God, what do I do? You know, you need to be respectful, okay, because vegans Christmas dinner, it's a very, very stressful experience, because there's the smells, there's the you know, it's in the air, it's all over the place. So keep their food completely separate. Remember cross-contamination, check ingredients, and if you're not sure, just ask, because there may be some hidden ingredients which you're not sure about. Think about smells, and also think about, you know, when you're sitting at the table, seating a vegan in the middle of people, you know, being surrounded by meat eaters is not a pleasant experience. Believe me, I've been there, done it, and I won't do it again. Okay, it's really, really awful. If you're a vegan and you're deciding what you're going to do for Christmas Day, you have non-vegan family over, dazzle them with your cooking skills, okay? Or even, you know, the ready-made stuff I've already mentioned there. There's absolutely loads of them out there now, okay? Don't feel as if they're missing out. You know, show them all the things they can have. It's not about missing out. It's about all these things they can have instead, okay? Show them how delicious it is. If they don't want to eat plant-based food over Christmas, if they can't manage for one day without having a dead body on their plate, there's really a problem with these people, because they're being disrespectful to you, you know, and you know, it says more about them than it does for you. And don't let them persuade you. Don't let them make you feel guilty. You know, you shouldn't be having to compromise your ethical values for one day for a couple of people who are just being downright awkward. There is something called the Liberation Pledge, where people who are vegan will refuse to sit down with people who are eating meat. And that's great. I mean, that's perfect for Christmas. You know, that's exactly what I'll be doing over Christmas. I will not sit down with anybody who's eating meat over Christmas, because that one day is really important that I'm not going to spend with other people who are eating meat. The downside of the Liberation Pledge is, obviously, if you're not ever going to sit with meat eaters, it means you can't show people the options which have available to you and which you are eating as well. What I do is I spend my time with my family in the morning now. So I'll go over really early in the morning. I'll see my nieces, I'll see my mum, I'll see my dad, I'll see my brother, and you know, and an extended family. I see them all in the morning. We all go to a central place, and my sisters. But then I will leave. As soon as they start cooking, I will leave, because I don't really want to be surrounded by the smells. It clings on your clothes. You know, it's there all the time, and it's just very unpleasant. You know, everyone knows that I'm vegan. They can like it or lump it. You know, if they think I'm going to compromise, I'm certainly going to not, because a compromise means that I am deliberately hurting animals. How much time do they want to spend time with you? If it really comes down to an argument about you having to compromise in your own home or at one event, it isn't really friendship that I want to have. So I'm hoping that some of these tips will help you have a kind of Christmas. It'll steel your reserves for that that vegan, the only vegan in the Christmas meal family event sort of thing. I hope everybody does have a good Christmas, and I know it's obviously it's a build up to the season now, and it's a couple of weeks away yet. But if anybody has any questions, I'll be more than happy to help. So please email us at northeastanimalrights@hotmail.com, or put comments in the video and the post on this. Okay, so thank you for watching. If you like our work, please like, follow, and share. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really, really do appreciate every interaction we have with you. We value every one of you. So that's me. I'm going to sign off now. So thank you very much for watching and for listening. Take care, and goodbye for now.